welcome to the Baru podcast.
¿Qué pasa? Hola. ¿Cómo está?
Hope you are doing well this weekend. We didn't do a podcast yesterday because we had to reformat my laptop.
Well, I just wasn't in the mood, so.
So, so let's see. Let me get that thing up. Okay. So, the day went well. I slept in, so
Yeah.
we're doing just talking random stuff. You know, we're doing a chill out one, and Hmm?
I got a fair amount of sleep, which is rare for me, so that was good.
mm,
You know, it was a good day. It was dry. It was blue. It wasn't warm, but it was dry and blue. And
it was actually a boring morning for me because I've been trying to get this computer to work. I mean, it's whatever you guys do, do not what is it? Do not download Total AVG because there is a Trojan virus on it, which made me have to which is causing trouble with some of my programs, and so I had to reformat. That was the reason why I was reformatting the whole computer.
Don't you realize when you have to strip your computer how it can take 2 or 3 days to get all your stuff onto it, and you're sitting around waiting and waiting for the files up, especially on Windows. My Mac is a little faster, but Windows is slow as
Can you get a virus on a Mac? I don't know.
There isn't a way to scan for one, so I'm not really sure you can. You could, I guess, by theory, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I've never had a problem with one.
Well, we haven't experienced any Trojans or viruses on the Mac anyway.
No.
You had reformatted a couple of times though.
Well, that's because because of Windows. Sometimes I forget why I had to format it last time. I formatted it last time because it I was trying to get it. I didn't set up a password for the administrator, and the computer set one up for me, and it wouldn't tell me what it was, so I had to completely reformat the Mac. So just beware. Always set up a password. It doesn't say you have to, but apparently if you don't, it creates one for you. I guess is what it is.
I think it's a bit more.
And it locked me out. So
I think it's more difficult, for for me, because I don't use the Mac a lot.
Yeah.
I find it difficult, to work around, all the files and how to.
Well,
I'm just so used to
it's actually simpler, but
I'm just so used to with the Windows.
the problem I have with Windows is, which drives me effing mad, is that you'll download something and it'll say, oh, we need to give you a verification code, and they use an old phone number from 15 years ago, which I have no idea what the phone number was, and you can't change it. So
that's stupid. They should give you at least. They should give you at least an option. Well,
Yeah.
if you don't know your number, send an email or your present text.
Apple does, but Mac, Microsoft is a little bit more difficult on that. You have to literally go in and change your password and everything else. I don't know. I guess I've had a lot of on my. I guess what I've on my mind lately is that.
What's the move?
No. I don't know how many people deal with chronic pain. There's mental pain and then there's physical pain, and I know a lot of people suffer from both. But physical pain sometimes is funny because I think sometimes people who don't have it can't relate or understand what it's like, and they almost downplay it. Because So, and I'm a light, bubbly person anyway. Yeah, right. But, sometimes I don't think people realize how much pain I'm in unless I tell them. But I don't like to burden people with other people's problems because
people won't know until you tell them anyway.
yeah,
And
but you can't really explain what chronic pain is unless you feel it. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of like I know that sounds like you can't until it happens to you, but in some senses that's true because you know, but anyway, I've been that's been on my mind a lot lately. Especially this winter, I noticed my arthritis in my hands is getting really bad. So I
you think it could be the cold?
it's the cold and the high humidity,
Yeah.
and when the barometer drops, the barometer's been really low. But I guess what I'm getting at is that in life we have a tendency to judge uh, the book by the cover versus the book, and we have a tendency to judge that say, okay, this girl's got a little belly, or this girl's got a little this, or this guy's got that, or the guy's like that, or this guy isn't smiling, and it's sometimes I had a friend just now that said, oh, you're definitely not on the skinny side, or implying that I was fat, and it really bothered me because, I'm where I'm supposed to be. My doctor says to be this weight, so and
Yeah.
some people are that way and the body judge. But I guess it gets back to the whole thing is that I chewed him out because he didn't know my past with with my family, and everybody always calling me fat, and I had a little bit of a eating order. I never threw things up, but I sometimes don't eat enough, trying to get down to that image, and I don't like when people judge, body image. Now, doing it on TV and laughing about it is a different matter, but in movies, but in real life, you should never say to someone, "Oh, you're looking a little chubby there," because you don't know, or a little skinny there, you don't know where they've been,
Yeah.
or that
It's kind of funny because with when you meet people online and you send them a picture and they this person's hot, and then you meet up and it's really not what they're expecting. Say, well, you don't look like the in the picture, because right now you're fat, and the pictures that you sent me, is you're not fat.
Well, that's one thing I hate about the internet, and I miss about the bars. I don't miss all the people being drunk and smoking and all that kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
I do miss that when you went out and you actually met people, you actually saw what you were getting, versus on the internet, you have a tendency to create images in your mind, and you develop a picture, or a painting or an image of someone in your mind, and then when you meet them, of course, what you've created is all fantasy versus
Yeah.
reality. So, like me and Brian met online, but we video chatted for about 6 months or so, and then we kind
Yeah,
of got
it
to
was
sort of
kind
know
of
each other.
Yeah,
Of course, when you
a
actually
bond.
meet, it's different, but
Yeah.
yeah, the internet has caused a lot of that, and I miss the old days when you actually used to go to coffee shops or bars or whatever, and just hung out,
Yeah, that was
went
actually
to the
the old.
park or whatever.
I mean, we still do it. It's just more like people rather go to a bar after they've been chatting online, to meet up at a bar because they think it's kind of like the main point.
Well,
You know,
a lot of people like to skip that step. They actually just want to hop into bed. It's
Yeah,
like,
to have sex
that's
and all
really
that shit.
the problem. But I guess what it is online. Your mind creates certain images of what you want it to see, which isn't always what's out there, and then because it can be more of a fantasy thing than reality.
Yeah.
So when you do meet, it's hard for them to live up to that image.
Yeah.
And to me, I mean, we all find muscles and everything
Certain
pretty
people,
and,
it depends
and
on
hot, but but in reality that's not life, and you shouldn't necessarily like somebody just because of their appearance.
just looks.
Yeah,
I mean, it goes beyond that. I'm like, you have to
Yeah.
look beyond that. Through the eyes and what the person really is like inside of them. And
Yeah.
Because inside they could be like a total asshole.
Well, I guess my whole point is that getting back to the pain and the mental pain and all this other stuff. We're all damaged goods. We all have issues. We all have problems. And on the internet, when you're talking to that person, you're not going to necessarily see those issues. And so, but a lot of people don't want to see that side of a person.
Yeah.
And so when you meet, those things come out, and it's like, we're all human. We all have issues, and it's like we're all damaged goods. I mean, I don't like to use that word, but it's true. I mean, we've all had things that happened in the past that affect us in our current lives, and let's face it, we live in a toxic society, where it's go go go, and you're always being judged, and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Anyway,
yeah. So where does she go?
Come on, sing Gloria Gaynor. I will survive. No, get out that door. Just go away. Stop smoking.
I need the words for that. I don't know the whole words.
You don't know the words? I got all 8 minutes of it.
All I know is, I will
minutes
survive.
Of it memorized. All 8 minutes of it.
Is that how long it lasts?
Yeah.
I thought it was like
the,
4.
The album, well, that's the radio version, Yeah, well, anyway. Yeah. So anyway, life is grand. I've shrunk about a millimeter again, a little smidgen again today as I'm getting older. What about you, Brian?
I'm gaining it.
Are you gaining? Are you a gainer?
Yeah.
Too much cake for you.
Yeah.
I'm a snacker. I like my.
You're a
crisps
snacker
and
packer.
I like to have nuts and things to snack on versus eating like a whole sandwich. But anyway.
If I'm working out, you make like a bad influence on me, with bringing in snacks and stuff like that, because that will be kind of like my weakness.
Well, what do you want me to do? Sew your mouth shut? Hey, come on, blame me. I have rights too. I have the right to snack. Really? It's,
Do it in the middle of the night and underneath the table.
I can't hide them. You and the cat
Chomp, chomp.
You and the cat sniff them out. There's nothing worse than going to my treats and there's nothing in there but crumbs. They don't even throw the package away when they're done stealing them. You just leave them on the back and get on the counter.
The cat did it.
Oh yeah, the cat did it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I can't believe it's November already.
I can't. It's almost
You know-
it's almost my birthday. Well, your birthday's coming.
My
up.
birthday's
Yours
first.
coming up, but mine is the important one.
And oh yeah.
Yeah. No. Brian's gonna be.
No, I'm
Brian's gonna be old this year.
I'm turning 50 and
I remember 50. God.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember 50.
But I mean, people do like on special occasions. I mean, birthdays is just a regular day for me, and I know you said that like certain functions or whatever, like the 50th birthday for me would be kind of like a special thing to
Well,
do.
don't believe a word that's coming out of his mouth because in May he always throws back at me. You don't ever do anything for my birthday. Yeah. So yeah. I don't fall for that one. So anyway, I'll figure out something. I'll figure out something.
Yeah, well,
If I can find
spend
him,
time with
if I can find a big old ho ho, or a ding dong with one of those big thick candles on it.
Oh yeah.
Smush it. No, I'll
I
figure.
don't know, maybe we might go out or something.
Maybe. There's a good fish and chips place around the corner. I'm craving a really good cheeseburger, like not a crappy cheeseburger, but a really good restaurant quality cheeseburger. You know, the kind
They
with this kind
they
of
say that the one up the street is supposed to be like really good. You know that cafe?
what cafe?
You
Oh,
know,
Centra?
next to Centra, yeah.
Oh, who's been telling you that? Street people?
No, call
Oh, okay.
him. Because he goes there a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Going from Derry?
Yeah.
He comes all the way from Derry to.
Yeah. Well, they
His family. Here?
him and his partner they would do some
Oh,
shopping
gotcha.
and all that kind of stuff. So.
Well, I'm kind of missing summer already because I like my pokes, and you know it's kind of a little cold to be ordering pokes this time of year. So,
For those who are Americans, you know, a poke is
soft
an
serve cream.
ice cream cone.
Yeah, with chocolate and
Yeah.
stuff on it, and a little biscuit.
You know,
Little- little
which they
round
call a
biscuits.
flake.
What?
Which they call it a flake.
What do you mean?
That's what the poke is a flake.
Oh, the stick?
The
Oh,
stick
the
is
biscuit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck me. There you go. I just.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I just learned knackered the other day. I can only learn so many Irish terms in a day, you know. I mean, really, oh God, my mind's gonna explode now.
Today is Irish slangs, tomorrow's Gaelic.
Yeah. Yeah, I every day I learn a different Irish or Gaelic catch term, and what's interesting is each county has their own little slangs, sayings, you know, and so it depends on where they come from and everything else. And I find language fascinating, although I learned the other day not to say I sat on my fanny all day. Because apparently I don't have a fanny. It means something else in Irish.
Yes. It depends on the sayings you'll make. You know, over here in Ireland they say, you know, what's the crack, and you know, if you're saying that in the States, you know, people are like, I don't take crack at all.
Well, yeah,
You know,
but see, crack can have different meaning. It can mean it's a crack and pint, or what's the crack, or you know, that kind of stuff. It can mean exciting. It can also mean what's happening. It's like so it's a general term, kind of like brilliant and grand. Everything is brilliant or grand, or your man. You know, like
Your man is
or,
your friend or whatever.
You know, that
Or
kind
they're
of stuff.
pointing out to a certain person.
Or it can also be politics, whether it can be your man Trump or your lady Theresa May or whatever, you know.
I'm wondering what the Brexit's going to be about. Isn't it in April?
Well,
That they're doing
they'll
that?
probably make some decision on it this month. I would say because it's supposed to go in effect in April, from what I understand. So, I wouldn't be surprised if it never happens. There might be a referendum. It's so hard to say. I mean, it's just all speculation at this point.
So if it doesn't happen, that means it's a good sign, right?
It depends.
For the
I mean, I don't know. I don't fully understand why it was passed in the first place. We weren't living here then, but I think a lot of people passed it because they were just afraid of all the kind of you know the immigrants flooding the borders, kind of like what's going on in the Donald Duck world of all these migrants coming up from Mexico. So you know, it's the same fear. People have a fear of people coming in and you know just putting tents everywhere.
Is he still trying to build up that wall?
I don't understand the wall because people have been digging under it for years. There's a wall. There's always been a wall. So I mean, most people get into the country on student visas or tourist visas and just never leave. Has nothing to do with the wall. It's all politics. It's all smoke and mirrors. You know, politics, magic. You know, it's kind of like watching an old episode of I don't know, like I don't know. It's comical. It's kind of like watching the old Laugh-In show. Do you remember that with Goldie Hawn?
Oh my God, I haven't heard that for a while. That's going back.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's just
Was that before her first appearance with what is it, The Color Purple?
Yeah. Goldie Hawn was in Color Purple?
You say Whoopi Goldberg.
No, I said Goldie Hawn.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, well.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean,
You always like to try to prove me wrong, but
I don't know. I swore I said Goldie Hawn.
No, you still-
but then again, I am getting older sometimes, you know. I could have said Farrah Fawcett for all I know.
So with
Politics is kind of like watching a Monty Python sketch. Now go ahead. and now for something really important.
so it must be behind. It must be before Private Benjamin then.
What are you talking about? Yeah, Laughing. Don't you remember that show where?
I can't remember if it's before or
they
after.
said anyway. It was an old comedy sketch. It was like Laughing, where it was all comedy, and they did a lot of the '60s with the camera back and forth and flowers. Yeah, Goldie Hawn was one of the. She was really young on it. I was trying to start. I think it was the late '60s, maybe through the early '70s. Yeah.
And that must have been before that then. Private Benjamin.
Well, Private Benjamin was in the '80s.
Yeah, so it must be before that.
Probably by about 20 years. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I saw Kurt Russell on Graham Norton the other day, and he's funny. They've been together so long, but
Are they still together?
Yeah, they never got married, but yeah.
But they have kids together.
Yeah, they do. They're all actors and actresses.
Yeah.
I like Kurt Russell in I enjoyed him in
The Fog.
No,
Not with
no,
The Thing.
it was Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
And I also enjoyed him in Escape from L.A. He was really good in the movie. And there was one where he was in with Goldie Hawn, but he found her. What was that called? It was she fell off a yacht, and he found her and then turned her into a slave and did take care of his children. Do you remember that movie? Captain something or other? No, anyway.
It's.
Anyway.
Oh, I forget that movie.
Yeah, it was a very good movie. My favorite line from Private Benjamin is, "Where's the yachts? Where's the saunas? Where's the pool? This isn't the army I signed up for." It's just so classic, you know. But it's funny because people join the army thinking it's gonna be it's like this cruise. I'm gonna see the world, and it's like when you get to boot camp, hey,
It's nothing like that.
Nothing like that. You
Totally
probably
different.
are gonna end up behind a desk in Oklahoma somewhere. A good possibility.
Yeah,
Not everybody sees the
yeah.
world, but anyway, we digress. So anyway, that's what's going on. Life is grand. I'm getting shorter by the minute, and
I'm getting taller, so.
there
it's-
you go. I looked in the mirror and I saw my two Charlie Brown hairs, so it's getting time to put on Charlie
To
Brown.
pluck them,
Yeah.
with
It's-
tweezers.
I missed Charlie Brown Halloween, but there's Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, and the Grinch that stole Christmas. Not the movie, but the original TV.
They have they have them on YouTube.
Yeah, not the movie with
Which one?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Not the movie with that idiot Tim Carey, but the actual TV, the actual old classic, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's the
Didn't Bill Murray do that too? The Grinch? Or Scrooge? No, it was Scrooge.
Yeah. You're getting your.
I thought he did the Grinch as well.
Yeah, well, you know, I've been in the mood for Kill the Wabbit, Kill the Wabbit. That's
Elmer Fudd?
Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny do an opera. It's really funny.
I haven't seen that cartoon for years.
Yeah, of course.
A cartoon in years.
Yeah. Well, I like cartoons. None of this crap they got on now. I'm sounding like my grandpa more and more every day. It's like that. You know,
There's a nice movie called Coraline.
Oh, Coralie?
Coraline.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
You know, with the little girl and the little black cat, and they go through this hole and.
Yeah. Is that?
I thought that was a cute movie.
Is that a Tim Burton? It's along that line, you know, from the like the.
It might be.
So I'm not saying it's a good movie. Yeah, it's actually a very very good movie. It's very good. I'm in the middle of watching Haunted Hill, and it's
The
the
series.
series. It's good, but it's one of those you have to really pay attention. And if you look down for, or if Brian
That's
asks
not
me,
Haunted Hill, is it?
no, if
No.
Brian asks me what I'm doing for a minute, I have to rewind because I missed something. Because it does a lot of past, forward, and future, and flashbacks, and in and outs, and whatever that kind of thing. So you have to really kind of pay attention to it. That's a good it's a good series.
What series are you up to?
Let's
What
see.
episode?
I don't know, 7 or 8.
Already?
Something like that. Yeah.
You must have done it throughout this whole day then.
No, I watched about 4 episodes last night. I think I watched about
Oh,
4
right,
episodes
right.
today. Yeah, and stuff. So, but anyway.
I want to see Sabrina. You know that series.
Yeah,
The
so-
Witch?
Yeah, I haven't.
They say that's supposed to be a good show.
Yeah. Is it Sabrina from the old Bewitched series, or is it Sabrina from the old TV show?
The Teenage Witch.
Oh, the teenage
Yeah,
witch. I
but
never really
they
got into
said that
was my
it's-
thing, but
It's supposed to be much more better.
I
you
was
know,
out
for that,
doing
yeah.
I was out doing adult things in life and I missed the whole Buffy the vampire, Sabrina the teenage witch, and all that whole era of television, Gilmore Girls and all that. I was out whatever drinking, whatever doing whatever going. Now I never didn't watch a lot of TV during that era, so I never got into those shows.
That
Now
would be the
the
80s.
spinoff of Buffy was Angel, and I kind of watched that one. You know,
Whatever happened to Angel?
I don't know. I don't know but anyway.
Did they just? No, it wasn't Angel. What was it?
The guy's name was Angel, but the show was called something else. I thought it was Angel.
Lucresid. I'm talking about
Oh, Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Lucifer is.
Did they stop that?
I think it got canceled this year, but they may be switching networks. But the one I used to like with Jessica, God, what was her name? Jessica Alba with A Dark Angel was really good. Which I think that show was canceled a little bit too early, but I like the concept of that, which is a very realistic thing, which actually could happen, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a very good idea. But anyway, speaking of cheesecake, I'm in the mood for cheesecake. Well, why don't you pedal your little ass down there and get some cheesecake? Yeah. No, just run.
I'm actually dying for a Long Island iced tea. I haven't had that
I am
for
too.
years.
You don't realize
It's been on my mind.
You don't realize how expensive it is to make a Long Island iced tea at home. It's really cheaper to go out because you have to buy like 6 different kinds of liquor.
I don't know. Do
And,
they
you
actually? I don't even know if they probably don't make them here.
Yeah, they do. You just have to go to a bar, not to a pub, but a bar. There's a difference. We're in Ireland. There's pubs and there's bars.
But a Long Island iced tea, they probably won't know what that is.
And then there's breweries.
The Breweries Bar.
Well, brewery is kind of a pub, but they also serve like regular food.
That's funny. The thing with your mother, she was looking for some sort of cocktail or whatever.
She was looking for a lemon drop, and what was the other one? A margarita at a pub, and it's like the girl was so classic. She said in her flawless Irish, "Honey, you wouldn't want a margarita. If the way I can't make them, you wouldn't want me to make you a margarita." Well, then do you have a lemon drop? What's a lemon drop? Anyway, it's kind of
Yeah, didn't the waitress? You know, she's like, "Oh, what is that?"
Yeah. Well, either that or at that point she was just going silly American. But I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it's so hard to tell, you know. But you kind of have to go to a bar to get specialty drinks. I think you can get whiskeys and stuff at pubs and maybe breweries, but breweries are mostly beer. But you can get the whiskey and stuff. Basically, you know.
Yeah.
But for any special drinks, you need to go to a bar or a hotel lounge or something.
Yeah, we need to go to the bar.
Yeah, well, come on,
here.
let's go.
But
Get my wheelchair.
I'm just like, Yeah, that's what's holding me back is the walker and the wheelchair.
Why?
I don't know, because people could be pretty much ignorant.
Oh, I'm ignorant too. Trust me.
You know, they don't watch where they're going, and
Yeah,
for the disabled, you know,
Well,
I just find it kind of, I just
yeah.
think that's really rude.
No. Yeah. Anyway.
And that's the same thing with the shopping. You know, you're walking down with your walker, and people using their iPhones or
well,
whatever, and
I just-
they
I
don't
just-
see you.
I just run them over because if they don't I mean I don't run them over. I'm being a little sarcastic or facetious, but
Yeah.
I won't move. They're walking towards me. I'll just like sit there like your dumb face like what what. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm so stupid. I can't figure where am I at? Am I at the milk aisle? Oh, where's the ice cream? Yeah. you know. you know. It's fine, you know. Anyway, I digress. People in Ireland are generally a little better about the handicap opening doors and staying out of the way.
They're friendly that way.
They are, but then young people are young people, and sometimes young people, forget their social skills. And a lot of people, and to be honest with you, have you ever looked at people when they're shopping? They're looking at the aisles. They're not looking at what's
In front of them.
in front of them, and it's not that they're being rude. They're just not paying attention. They're looking for what they want, and I've done it. We've all done it, and it's not that they're being rude. And so I try not to judge. Then there's some people that are just assholes, that just are mean and don't care.
Yeah, I hate the people who are shopping and you're looking at a particular counter, on the shelves, and
Yeah.
one just looks over and they're like going in front of you, and they don't really see you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
it's
it's
just
really
really-
embarrassing when you do that to me.
Yeah, just like
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
and they
it really
just
is.
reach over.
Yeah, considering you're reaching for chutney and you really don't eat chutney, so don't even go there. So don't go there. Anyway, enough of that. I am in the mood for Long Island. See, bastard, you brought.
I know,
that up.
it's just,
Brought that up, yeah.
this has been on my mind
Maybe
for
manana.
a week and a half now. Long Island iced tea.
Actually, it's been about a month.
A month, you think?
Now,
You think it's a month?
Well, for me, because I was in my cast. I don't know if you always listen to me or not. Sometimes you get distracted.
Yeah, I listen to you. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably thought I was talking about some boat, a long boat island or something. you don't ever listen to words. You say I mumble, but I don't.
I don't mumble.
You say I mumble. See there you go.
Oh, you mumble again?
See there you weren't.
You're mumbling.
See there you weren't listening to me again. Anyway, this has been an interesting, broad-ranged topic, and I appreciate.
Hey, it's a chill
appreciate-
cast.
It's a chill chat,
Yeah.
and because we are very chill. Yeah, and
Yeah.
my dying day, I will be questioning whatever happened to music videos on MTV. I mean,
They don't play music
what's
videos
the point
on
of
TV. It's
having
just-
a channel that's called Music TV if there's nothing on it about music?
Now what they
about
have is-
teenage pregnancies and catfish and all this other
That's
stuff.
all on MTV?
Yeah.
I
all
thought
that
they had
stuff.
like a separate channel.
No. So it's like I'm a little confused. So if any of the execs of Music and TV are watching, please let me know how it's still Music TV.
I just don't understand how MTV did they do the music awards on that?
Yeah, but they don't play any music.
I know that's kind of weird.
But in America, they got to the point where they had like 4 or 5 MTVs where it was like classic MTV, and then there was this and there was that and that, that kind of stuff. But that they only have one channel over here, and basically they show at the end of each show they show like 60 seconds of a video that a song that they're promoting, and a lot of times they don't even give you what the song is called.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's different. Although I do find catfish interesting, but it's kind of it stuff has nothing to do with music video TV.
No, it definitely doesn't have anything to do with music. Any music videos.
Because you know, video killed the porn star. I mean, music star. Yeah, video star.
I'm kind of getting hungry.
I am too. Maybe I should order.
Maybe we should. Do you want to order something?
Yeah, a long line iced tea.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Tell-
I don't think they'll bring that.
from a Chinese shop.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we better wrap this up.
Wrap this up.
Yeah.